It's Dale D'Antoni here. Welcome to the Sofa Sessions. D'Antoni, Wines.
Yo, welcome back to the Sofa Session podcast. Today, what are we doing today? What are we doing this week? I think we'll try and film another solo episode. I haven't done one in a while. The only time I've ever done a solo episode where it is not like a Halloween episode was definitely, what was it? It was the Q&A episode. And that was probably like 3 to 4 months ago. Maybe even closer than that. I don't know. I was gonna do one when I reached 500 subscribers on YouTube, but I haven't reached it. I did reach 500 followers on Instagram. It has been legit 2 years for that to take off. So, yeah, we finally got there. You know, we've been sitting at 502, 503. We were sitting at like 380 for a while on subscribers. At the time of this recording. Let me pull out the date so you guys know when I'm filming this. So today is July 11th. So we're sitting at like 386 as of right now. Hopefully by the time this comes out, we have a whole lot more. I know for the months of like the end of June and the beginning of July, just a few episodes. I have not been doing a lot of clips lately. Haven't been kind of marketing it, sharing it, really for about 4 weeks or so. I said it on one of these episodes, if you did catch it. I did start a new job. I left Lowe's. I was tired of it. Not that, I hate anybody there or anything. They're all cool people, good people, but, it was time to make the move to, something more stable, I guess you could say, something more career-driven, something I could learn, something that I could always do no matter what happens. So I started doing HVAC. That stands for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Fun fact, I did not know about that until a couple of days ago, and I started mid-June. Obviously I knew what it meant, but I didn't know what like each letter meant. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your brain doesn't think. Like I've had realizations way after I knew what they meant. It's like, oh, that actually means like that. It's like when you look at a word that like is just, you kind of like take a longer second at a single word, and it's a little bit like it looks weird, but it's spelt the same. I think you probably do. But yeah, I started doing that. I have done that in the past. I did it for a day and quit. Fun fact, I was hanging ductwork at a new build. It was like a theater somewhere in Evans. I don't really remember. But yeah, I did that for a day, quit. That's when I was in my depression mode. So that was cool. Quit, and that's actually what made me go to Lowe's. Fun fact. So it's kind of coming full circle. But I've been doing it this is probably about 3.5 weeks, 3.25 weeks. And it's pretty cool. I kind of already talked about the pros and cons on the Sean Brooks episode, which was an amazing, fantastic episode, probably one of the best to date. And I know I say that about a lot of them, but I think that was just a fun episode, to be honest. So, yeah, that was a fun episode. I did talk about it. So the pros and cons for leaving Lowe's and going to HVAC was definitely like I said, more career-driven, more stability. And, as you know, me and Mallory are engaged now. I have a fiance. Mallory is now my ex-girlfriend, and we are in the fiance stage. I think fiance is really bougie to say. I feel like it's French, to be honest. I don't know if anybody else feels like that. And it's been kind of a learning curve to say my fiance. I honestly still say my girlfriend just because it's been so recent. It's only been like 3 weeks since we've been engaged. She did say yes. Just want to let everybody know she did not say no. So that was cool. But yeah, more career-driven, more stability. It's Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 3:30. But majority of the times I don't get off at 3:30, which means, yeah, you guessed it, overtime. But a lot of people, they don't like overtime. I'm cool with it. I have had to cancel a couple podcast episodes, had to reschedule a few, but that's okay. We're still here. We're still grinding it out. We're coming up on a year of 52 episodes, 51 episodes or something like that. I don't know, whatever one a week is for the year of end of 2023 to 2024. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get into that a little bit later. I do want to talk about HVAC for a second. But the pros and cons, I know, obviously.
Got my soul in a choke, I feel like I can't breathe. Keep my foot on the gas, my life in full speed. Feel like
Like talking about that I was gonna do that, they were like, "Oh, you're gonna hate it. You're gonna be out in the sun. You're gonna be sweating. You're gonna be freaking burned up. You're gonna be freaking tired. You're gonna be sweating balls. Like you're gonna like there was just so much like negativity around it. Negativity is like an addiction. What did he say? I said negativity. Okay. Don't cancel me. Thank you. But yeah, there's just a lot of negativity. There are also some positivity around it too. You know, you could do side work and that kind of stuff. Just make a couple extra money, non-taxable, and you get all of it. You know, obviously other than like the parts and all that stuff, whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of negativity. People saying I wasn't gonna like it, and I didn't believe him for 1 second. I knew that it was gonna be hard. Like one of my best friends does it like day in, day out. I hear about it all the time. So like I knew it was gonna be hard. I knew it was gonna be difficult. I knew it was gonna be sweating. But like I knew like the vision and the reason for it was far greater than the sucky days. So another thing, a pro, stability, Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 3:30. But you get overtime, guess what? You get paid more money, right? And I was still I started at what I was making at Lowe's, so it was just you know, a fluent change of pay, or not change, fluent transition of pay. So I didn't lose money. I'm getting paid the same amount of money I was making at Lowe's. I'm getting overtime, and I'm also learning a full upon trade in the South. Probably one of the most important trades in the South, other than like electrical and, you know, plumbing. That stuff is important too. But so stability, pay, overtime. What else? Hands-on. I recently I told the boss, like I told the dude that owned it when I freaking went in there to do my application. I was like, yeah, I really been like learning, like really been wanting to like do more hands-on stuff. And he probably thought I was a freaking idiot coming in there saying that. But it is true. I kind of have been wanting to do more on hand stuff, you know, like just I want to build like a catio for our two cats, for Franny and Sparky. I think that amazing. I'm gonna be honest, they pissed all over the freaking couch. Our couch is white, ice white, the whitest of white, whiter than me. Okay, whiter than the freaking KKK robes they wear. Okay, it was that white, whiter than that. That's how white the couch was. And we went away for a couple of days. Oh, matter of fact, we went away to the Savannah, and that's where I engaged. That's where we freaking got engaged. And they pissed all over the couch when we were gone. I mean, cats, man, what are you going to freaking do? We can't, bro, there was literally puddles of it on the couch. Like 3 different puddles all over the freaking couch. My brother came to check on him one day, and he texted me saying, like, yeah, they were fine, but there was something all over the couch. He freaking left it. Like, thanks for, like, checking on them, make sure they're alive, but they pissed all over the couch. You didn't do anything about it. Gee, Willikers, man. Come on. Frick. But yeah, so our couch is like a gray now because we've got the smell out. And, yeah, it doesn't smell like piss, but it has the gray in it, so it's not ice white anymore, okay? It's a little Cuban, I feel like. Yeah, I get the weekends off. Mallory also started a new job. She is a bank teller at South State. I'm just kidding. She's a bank teller at freaking Wells Fargo. So we have the same schedule. So we go in the morning, we get off, so we have ample more time to spend together. Now we have weekends off together. I mean, it is so weird to look back a few months ago, and we were working sometimes alternate schedules. Like, she'd be working in the morning and I'd be working at night. That is so crazy to think. Like, we have gotten to, you know, we've gotten to this, like, this made in America, American dream type jobs. Double income, no kids. That was another reason why I did want to do this, because we are getting married. I think for people to get married, they have to have some type of stability as far as jobs, as far as pay. You know, they can't be, I don't know. That's just my idea of it. You can what do you think? Another thing is like I want to start building a foundation for a full family. I want to have like 5 or 6 kids. We probably talked about it on the relationship podcast with Mallory and I. We want like 5 or 6 kids, which that's going to be a lot of money. But like if we have the foundation of like her job and we have the foundation of, a trade, you can do anything with that. You can go anywhere and work with that. Like there are a couple other jobs like working in a factory or something like that I could have taken that at the time might have been more money. There's another job, it's called Utiliquest. You just go and, you find electrical lines in the ground before people cut or whatever. Like that was like $20 an hour. You get your own truck, you get all that kind of stuff. You go out there all day. It's a laid back, easy job. But I knew that no matter what, I knew that I couldn't take that to like any other job. Like if you learn a trade, you can go anywhere with it. And that's like the same for like if you go to college or something. I used to hate on college in the past, but it's not as bad. It's not as bad if you know your goals and you know what you want to do. It's not that bad. I feel like if you have your goals, you have all this stuff set up, you know what you're going to do, you know what you're going to college for, then it's not that bad because some of that stuff you do have to have like a college degree, like doctorates and stuff like that. I'm not smart enough for that. Hopefully the doctor that works on me when I'm getting my butt plugged, they know what they're doing. But yeah, that was one of the major reasons why I did go and, get a job at, HVAC. And, I probably started at the worst time, in the beginning of summer. It'd probably be not even worse to start in the middle of summer because I started like the beginning of summer. But yeah, it's a cool place. It's the company's been around for a long time. I work with 2 amazing dudes. They're fun. They've showed me a lot of stuff, and I guarantee they're going to continue to show me a lot of stuff. I appreciate them. If you guys are listening to this, shout out you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. Riding 3 deep in a box truck, dude. Let's get it. What's up? So my whole spiel about HVAC. But yeah, we got engaged. We were trying to, I don't even know, we kind of talked about it in like the relationship episode. I want to do like spring of 2025 because I think long engagements are weird. I want to like, I want to be married, I want that the double bank account or whatever. I want to see those G's in there, man. All right. But yeah, I did get pink eye. I talked to Sean about that a little bit. And that was crazy because it is insane when you get pink eye and the reaction of other people. They really think that you have like COVID, like early on COVID too, like early 2020 when like you sneeze on something and you're like, clean it up, like liberal freaking COVID, liberal 2020 COVID. That's how I was looked at when I had pink eye. I missed 2 days of work. I couldn't do anything. I had to wash my hands every 5 minutes, which sucked. I don't remember the last time I washed my hands prior to the pink eye. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, shirts are still available. I'll be honest. With these shirts, they have been somewhat of a headache and a big-time freaking failure. I did a very bad job of promoting them and marketing them, and I continuously do a bad job of marketing them and, just like showing any type of love to them. I rushed I was like behind. I like behind rushed. I didn't prepare enough in the future for the 2 years anniversary of the Sofa Sessions. So I waited till like a week before, and I just regret it. So that was like $500 down in the drain. I'll be honest with that. I don't really feel bad because like I'm gonna spend money on the podcast anyway, and for a while I spent like 2 weeks back to back. I spent like almost $1,000 on this stuff. I don't even remember what it was for, to be honest. I really don't remember. But I know, like, for a couple of weeks, bro, I was poor because I was spending all this money on the podcast. But yeah, I did a really bad job of promoting them and marketing them, and I continue to do a bad job because, like, I think once they finally came out, I was like, oh, thank gosh, I don't have to promote these or market these anymore. But it was like, no, you got to keep like shoving it down people's throats. And that's another thing that I really get scared about. I just am scared to like post stuff over and over and over. Like I'm scared to be not consistent with it because I am pretty consistent with posting, but like consistent with like the same stuff. Like for example, like the shirts, I would post them like once a week, and I feel like that was too much because I felt like the same people always saw it. So I was just like, well, fudge, if they're not going to buy it, who is? You know, but like that's the kind of thing where you're like, you just got to post it over and over and over because the different people are going to see it every time you post it. And, you know, you might post it one day and someone sees it and be like, oh, I got to buy it. So then they don't ever buy it. So you post it again and then they buy it, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, shout out to Kevin for that. He kind of put that into perspective for me, which I still struggle with. But yeah, so I did start the HVAC. The reason I haven't been posting as much, hopefully by the time this comes out, I have been posting a lot, but like there were a couple weeks like mid-June to early July that I wasn't really posting a lot. And it was because like I would get off work and I would just not want to feel like doing anything at all. I didn't want to do anything except sit on the couch and either watch TikTok or watch YouTube or watch a movie or watch a show and just go to sleep. I remember like the first day I worked, I was like, that wasn't bad. I got home and fell asleep for like 3 to 4 hours. And I hate that. But like lately I've been like, man, I'm not even going to stress about it. Like a few weeks before I started the new job or whatever, I was kind of like, man, I'm just so tired of being in the same situation with the podcast where like I spent all this time and I spent all this money on this stuff, man. And it comes out like people don't watch it. Like I remember there would be times where I would post it and it still freaking happens. And like 12 hours goes by and it has like 5 views. And I'm sitting there like, fudge, man. I spent hours this week working on it, editing it, making clips, promoting it, marketing it, just for 5 people to watch it like the first 12 hours. Because I'll see like Theo Vaughn will post. I'll see like anybody else that has somewhat of a that like actually has a podcast. They'll get like 1,000 views within. Dude, I saw Theo Vaughn posted a solo episode. And like legit in 25 minutes, he got like 2,400 views. And I'm like, I've never gotten that in my life on one video. On one episode of the podcast, I have not gotten that many. But it's like I'm comparing my start to his like when he's in stride, when he's on top of the mountain. Like I'm comparing the beginning of a podcast to one of the biggest podcasts in the freaking world. And like, I think Mallory just came. Mallory, yeah, she's in the freaking closet. Man, if she's in the closet, she better be freaking putting away my laundry. That's all I gotta freaking say. If she comes in here and starts talking, I'm smacking the lips. Oh, fudge.
Can you hear me?
Hey, baby.
Hi.
You wanna get on that mic real quick? So I was talking to this dude at work. This is at Lowe's, probably last year sometime. And he's really funny. I like this dude. So he kind of put something else into perspective for me, and I had an epiphany. Okay? No, I'm just kidding. Shout out Flangrit Podcast. But he was like, I guarantee you when Drewski started out, all the people that he went to high school with and all the people he was friends with thought what he was doing was very cringy and very laughable and be like, oh, he's not going to make it. This dude is just wasting his time being cringy. Yeah. And he was probably right. But, like, now look at him. Like, Drewski's probably one of the biggest. I don't even know. Like, he's just a personality, right? Really. He's not, like, I guess he would probably be considered an actor, but he's not really, like, a comedian. He's not an actor. Like, he's not in these huge blockbuster movies, although that would be insane and awesome. And, like, he's an enigma, right? Like, he's just a personality. He's a character. I wouldn't even, like, he technically is, like, a social media influencer, But like he's just in his own. He's created his own category to where he's just doing this stuff that like people who started on social media have never done before. I feel like, and like I feel like there's no one else really in the social media, quote unquote, social media world, the social media influencing that does like the same thing where he's holding these interviews and he has this, like this TV show and he's like hanging out with these rappers and he's just like making videos with them, like making just funny content. So yeah, I think what really like kind of made me think that was his, it was some type of interview with Jack Harlow, and I think he also did something with Post Malone, like him doing that, and like the could have been records is hilarious. So like just him doing all that kind of stuff was like it was just like groundbreaking to like the social media influencers. And I'm not saying that I'm gonna do that. I think it would be cool to do that, but I'm just saying like for him to like start that, he like started his own like type of category, maybe started his own little like cove in all these like branches or whatever. But yeah, back to reality. Oop, there goes gravity. Oh yeah, I'm excited for the Eminem album. By the time this rolls out, Eminem will probably already drop it. I think it comes out tomorrow, actually. It comes out 7/12/2024. Today is 7/11. Today's 7/11! Dude, I think I've been to a 7-Eleven once, man. What do you get on 7-Eleven day? You get like a free slushie? Here, let me see. 7-Eleven day. We're looking it up. Slurpee day. Okay, is it free? Dang, baby, free Slurpee day at 7-Eleven. Dang, boy. Is that where you can go and like you can fill up your like you can fill up a like you can bring in anything to fill it up with a Slurpee or something? Dude, I'd probably bring like a Fleshlight or something. Put like a straw in it. I wonder how much they would charge me for that. Yeah, excited for Eminem's new album. Definitely listen to him more. Tobey Maguire got bit by a spider, but for me, it was a goat. Bah. So yeah, Mallory's birthday was fun. What did we do for Mallory's birthday? We went to Atlanta. The funniest thing to do in Atlanta, other than leave, is ride the Lime scooters. Dude, those freaking like Lime scooters. What are the other ones? Bird scooters. Dude, those things are fun when you get going downhill. That's probably one of the funnest things ever because I love driving things. And it's just cool that I can like drive that and not have to worry about like maintenance and all that stuff. Like who wants to change oil every 3 rides on a dirt bike and tighten the chain? No one wants to do that. Okay. But yeah, riding the Lime scooters was really fun. That was probably the highlight of the whole time. No, I'm just kidding. We also went to the Georgia Aquarium. That was also really cool. That was the second time I was there. And it was pretty cool. It was very expensive. I can't believe. Well, I get it. You know, they have to accommodate all those fish, but like, fish aren't getting none of that money. They ain't getting none of that money. But yeah, it's like, dude, for both of us to go, it was like $130. Dude, I spent money that day, bruh. My pockets was deep that day. It was deep, bruh. Like the Mariana Trench, bro. Deep and full. Also, dude, I had this one dude say to me, he came up to me and he was like, what's good, FN? I was like, what the fudge is that, bro? Never heard of that before. And like, at first I was like, the only time I've ever heard of FN was like Fortnite. So, dude, I don't know. I haven't looked it up. I guess I probably should. But yeah, dude came up to me and said, what up, FN? And I was like, what the fudge? Is he like calling me like a racial slur or something that I don't know about? I don't know. But yeah, the Georgia Aquarium was cool. They had some fish there. We didn't get to touch the stingrays because they were scared of us. I don't know. Do stingray get scared, do you think? Yeah, I should have grabbed one and threw it out. Like, this is for Steve Irwin, you know? This is for stabbing him in the back. Right? Just, come on, man. Frick. What else? Dude, I really like the shark inhibitor Inhabitant or whatever it's called. But they only had like hammerheads, like the small ones. Like, we want the real ones, bro. Like, we want the great sharks, man. I don't have 2 great shark tattoos on my leg for nothing. What the fudge? That's crazy, man. I remember, what else? Oh, we also went to Margaritaville. It was a bad decision. The table we sat at was like rickety. So like, I was gonna put a napkin under it, but we just moved. We just asked to move, and then another party came and sat there, and then they didn't even ask to move. They just moved, so the G moved to them. But yeah, I mean, I've been to Margaritaville one time before, and it was like so expensive for no reason. Like, dude, I love Jimmy Buffett. Rest in peace to Jimmy Buffett, bro. But dude, you got to come back and like fix the Margaritaville, okay? I mean, come on. The food was good. It was good. I'm not gonna lie, but it was like $20 for my stuff. It was a jambalaya, bro. It's not that hard. I can make it from the freaking Dollar Tree. It's like way cheaper than $20. But then it was kind of like romantical, bro. Like we were going back to the car from the Margaritaville on the Lime scooters, and it started raining, bro. I was like, dang, man. We're in a Hallmark movie, bro. We're in a Lifetime Christmas movie, getting back to the car, and it's blizzard, snowing. We're on the scooters, man. We can't see where we're going. Oh, fudge. I just rhymed. I really didn't even mean to. We don't have any windshield wipers on these scooters, man. So that was pretty fun. When we got back to the car, apparently I didn't lock the door. So the doors were completely unlocked the whole day. And it was Atlanta, so nothing was stolen, surprisingly. I'm very surprised. And it was the last car in the paid lot that we had to pay for, which is stupid. I freaking hate that. Like, why do these companies, how can they make money off of people parking? Like, what the fudge? It's just Atlanta is just so expensive, and the mall is huge. You could probably lose yourself in there. Do not take your 85-year-old dementia-driven grandma in there, because she will get lost. I got lost. We were in there for like 2 hours, and I still didn't even know where the frick we were at. Like, dad gums, son. Like, they have like Gucci and like Louis Vuitton and like, what's another one of the like the famous ones? Like the really big freaking, like, not Macy's, but the other big one. Skechers, they had that there. But it was just so big, and like, they had Anthropologie. Shout out to Anthropologie. Mallory loves Anthropologie, so I got her some earrings from there. Every time I think of Anthropologie, I always think of the beach trip that me and Mallory went on. We went for like a week down on Myrtle Beach. I know, yucky. I don't know. I don't dislike Myrtle Beach, man. It's like a nostalgia kind of thing for me. Like, we used to go every year for a few days, when I was a kid growing up. And it was just always the most fun times. It was just me, my brother, my mom and dad. We'd go to the beach, we'd go to the water park, and then we would just have like a good time. Back when our family like loved each other and we liked being around each other. It was just a good time. And I think that's why I don't dislike Myrtle Beach, because I had so many good memories there, like even with family. Getting married out there, just my grandma coming, and so the week at Myrtle Beach was really fun. I'll probably remember it forever. I'll probably tell our kids, me and Mallory's kids, about it. And so yeah, and also that was like, I don't know, just something kind of happened where I wasn't doing the podcast and I hadn't even thought about it. But while I was there, I was kind of on the Instagram page here and there, and I was like, what the fudge, man? I had this thing going. And I started this thing. I started the ball, and I was rolling it, and it kind of took me a little bit to kind of figure out. And I got it going, and then I stopped. Like, yeah, there was little hiccups. I had to start doing it by myself and kind of figure that out, and upgrade to more stuff. But that's how you get better at this stuff, man. That's how you grow. Is you grow your brain in the stuff that you're doing, in the field that you're doing, whatever it may be. So yeah, that trip was really fun. I don't even know what it was. It just sparked kind of the interest for me to do it again. So I got back at it. Had a few rocky first episodes, I will say. The one with Christian was good. That was a good one. So First couple were a little rocky. I know there were a couple that I was supposed to do with some TikTok dude, bro, and he canceled on me, so I had to like do one on the fly. It was 20 minutes. It was terrible. It was Man in the Mirror. Don't ever go listen to it. But yeah, man, we're here now. Like I said, the past few weeks have been a little rough as far as me not posting, and I know to some of y'all that is just heartbreaking, and it is just, you guys are deprived of the amazing content that I continuously and consistently push out on a weekly basis. And it brings tears to your eyes. I can understand that. I can understand where I'm going wrong by depriving you of, your weekly, like, you just got to get it in, your weekly taste of just one of the best podcasts in Augusta, if not the best. I mean, we don't know if we're the best podcast in Augusta yet. I've had some anonymous sources, speak up and say, yo, what you have going on is like something serious, bro, and you're really early in, right? But in all honesty, it just took me a second to kind of adjust to the new job, because it's a labor job. I'll be honest. I mean, some days it sucks. We're just sweating bullets all day. So it has taken a little bit of getting used to being outside. And I was outside here and there at Lowe's, but nothing to where I'm at now. But I think it's good, because it puts me in a spot where I'm like, I'm learning something new, but like what I've been doing and what I've known for the past 10 months, or like 9 to 10 months, is like slowly fading away. And it's like, no matter what happens, my brain on Sunday automatically thinks, all right, let's get the new podcast out. Let's roll it out. Let's start editing. Let's start making clips. Let's start posting it and promoting it, marketing it. My brain does that automatically, because for probably like 30-something weeks now, 40 maybe, I have done it every week. Every week. I think that's a pretty big milestone just for 9 or 10 months to get. And it hasn't even yeah, there have been a couple episodes that have broken 100 views, but none of them have broken 1,000. Like, none of them have broke 500, I don't even think. But like, for me to keep doing that, I think it's like a legit pat on the back, because like, I do have these high hopes for the podcast, and I do have these high thoughts, and I compare myself so much to these other people, where it's like, dude, if you're not freaking making thousands of views on every episode, why the fudge are you doing this? If you're spending all this money, spending all this time, and you're not getting paid, why the fudge are you doing this, man? It's just like, but like, I mean, like I said, I'm kind of taking it slower now. Like, I'm not too worried about, like, when it's going to come, because I know it is going to come. I just kind of, as they say, put the nose to the grindstone, right? And just, keep doing it month after month, and just be 1% better. Because another thing that I really struggle with is the fact that I think that I have to do all the editing and all the clips in one day. To be honest, if I don't do it all in one day, I really slack with the rest of this stuff throughout the week. I will be honest. But my brain is so hardwired to where it's like, if you can't do everything today and like knock it all out, you can't do it the rest of the week. Or it's like, there's no point in doing it. Like, if I miss one day going to the gym, the rest of the week is ruined. Like, I can't pick up on a Tuesday if I missed on Monday. Does anybody else like kind of agree with that, or like understand where you come from? Because like, if you have a bad start, what makes you think you're going to have a good finish? But it's like, it doesn't matter how bad the start is. It matters about how good the finish is going to be. So, I mean, I'm trying to think of like a recap of like half of 2024. It's gone by pretty quick. Like, I feel like just yesterday, me and Mallory were like, it was Christmas for 2023. And, I mean, time goes by fast, man. I sometimes forget about it, and dude, it'll hit you like a ton of bricks, man. It really will. A couple years down the road, and you've kind of done nothing with your life. I'm not saying like you have. I'm just saying like for me, like I didn't waste time at Lowe's, but I was just comfortable for so long, and there were some opportunities to where I could have like stepped out of my comfort zone and done a job or whatever, and been paid more. But I didn't take that because I was so comfortable at Lowe's. I knew what I was doing. The job that I was doing, I mean, I had learned almost everything there was to know about it. So like when I would get to work, I wouldn't have to think as much. There were some like days where they stumped me or whatever, but like it was just so hard to. It was a little scary at first, a little nerve-wracking to transition into a full different type of job, And I was really nervous at first to do that, not because I wouldn't like it or I wasn't going to be good at it. I knew that for the most part, I was going to like it, and I knew that I wasn't going to be good at it at first. But I was more concerned about the podcast and the productivity that I was going to be able to put out while working there, because I knew it was a hard job. I knew that I was going to be sweating, and I knew that it was going to be bad. So, I was just more worried about that. I was worried that if I did start this new job, that the podcast would go away and all the work that I've done would just be for nothing. And that's another reason why I have been still doing why I have been posting these episodes, is because I've spent like 8 or 9 months, almost 10 months now, doing all this stuff, spending hours on it. I should get some type of a reward out of it, some type of money. It doesn't have to be thousands of dollars, but I think in total that I've made from the podcast is $20. And that was because it wasn't even for the Sofa Sessions podcast. It was because I was going to help somebody else out with a podcast. The new thumbnail has updated. What do you guys think? I think it looks a little bit better. It looks a little bit more professional. I never really liked just the over excessive color of purple was a little too much for the last one. But yeah, I think the new look kind of looks sleek, looks nice. It looks more professional, kind of more modern, I feel like. But yeah, within the next couple months, I would like to start getting really serious about cameras, the 3-camera setup. I think now that we did move the living room around, I probably do have the room for it. I think I could definitely fit 3 cameras in here comfortably. And yeah, I got to get a little bit better lights. These are bulb lights. I probably need to get the LED lights to where, the bulb, there's no bulb, so it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. It's not going to be inconvenience if the bulb goes out. So being a small podcaster, it's difficult to kind of get these celebrities on. Even just an email back is hard to get, and I don't know why. I guess they don't take you seriously. You don't have the credibility. You don't have the followers. I would still never buy fake followers or fake likes or any of that stuff. You don't have the longevity. Maybe I don't know what it is, but I reached out to Joe Gatto's people because they're gonna be in town. What is it? I don't know, but they're gonna be in Evans pretty soon, either in August or September. And I emailed them, and they haven't emailed me back. It has only been a couple days, but I mean, if they don't email back within the next couple of days, majority of the time I've learned that they don't ever email back. And I love Joe Gatto. I've been watching Impractical Jokers since it came out. At my grandpa's house that I have it. At my grandpa's house, we recorded the whole first or second season on his DVR, and I guarantee you it's still there. When we were kids growing up and all that kind of stuff, we recorded it, so every time we would go and visit him, we would sit there and watch it. But I've always loved Impractical Jokers. I've always loved the idea. And same thing. Every time I would go and visit my grandma, I would always get a pizza, Red Robin Pizza. Those are probably the best frozen pizzas you can buy. Okay, shout out to Red Robin. They're amazing pizzas. The pepperoni is cinema, right? And I was always get the pizza, heat it up, or make it or whatever. And Impractical Jokers would always be on. The chokehold that Impractical Jokers has on True TV is insane. And Joe is one of my favorite. I really like Murr and Joe the best. I love all of them. Q and Sal are also hilarious. I love listening to Sal on Theo Von's podcast. But like Joe and Murr have always like they've just been so funny, man. And like I would love to have him on and or at least figure out what the price of him to be on or like what the rules, what the stipulations would be to have him on just for the experience. Even if I don't get him on, it would be like it would just be cool to be like at least somewhat be in the same like universe as him for like whether they be for 5 seconds or whatever. Because just the thought of like having the possibility of having someone like that on that I've like grown up watching would be amazing. But I think that's just like that's another like obstacle that I have to figure out how to get through is like I guess celebrities and like people with a following kind of taking the podcast seriously. I guess is and like I guess the question is like what kind of credibility do I have to have to where people take me seriously? Like who do I have to have on? Like what do I have to do? Like I feel like the clips are professional. I feel like the setup is somewhat professional for the budget that I have. I feel like the work ethic that I've been doing is insane. Is like not insane, but it's like good for like having to work like a full-time job. So it's like what tier do I have to get to? What subscriber number do I have to get to? What views do I have to get to? What likes do I have to get to? Like how many followers do I have to have combined on social media for these bigger people and like even for people that like see me, like they'll see me post and be like, oh, he's never gonna like be better. Like what kind of credibility do I have to have? What kind of tier do I have to have for like people to start taking me seriously? Like I don't know what it is. I really don't. Like on TikTok lately, I've been posting clips. Per usual. But it's like lately they have just been like the comments will just be insanely negative. And like the I get it, like some of the podcast clips that people post are like they're just clipping them. It's like they're like clip farming almost. They're saying stuff on the podcast where they know they're gonna be able to go back and clip it later. And it's just something outrageous, right? Like and I might do that from time to time, but I don't do it all the time. Like majority of the stuff that I talk about is because I think it is funny, and I think like it would be interesting or like a fun spin on it, right? But like these people will like comment, and I'm like I'm not mad. I think it's funny, but I'm just kind of like just trying to wonder like what kind of credibility do I have to where these people will take me seriously? Because all the time I'll get the comment. Probably all small podcasts get this. It's like, not everyone should have a mic. Not everyone should have a podcast. And it's like, bro, you don't know how much time I put into this. I put hours and hours of time into this, and you just sit there and discredit it in just a second. But like, I mean, that's fine. Like I'm gonna read a couple. I'm gonna bring up the comments, and I'm gonna read a couple of them, and I'll explain to you what like the video is. And some of them I will say they're probably a little raunchy, but for the most part, I feel like, you know, they're like, dude, let me show you this one. All right. So this one is the episode with Travaris Hawkins, an amazing filmographer, amazing editor, has worked with so many cool people, like big time rappers, all that kind of stuff. He was just explaining in this clip, like, you have to figure out how to make money from what you like doing, even though not what you do every day is going to be what you love doing, but it's going to be in the realm of what you like doing. So it's like an information, like motivational type clip, right? And the dude commented saying, we need to stop giving microphones to just anyone. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, I didn't say anything to the fact that, like, I was disrespecting anyone. I was making fun of anyone. I wasn't hurting anyone. It's like these people, like, they're just negative no matter what. It's like these people hate for nothing. They hate for nothing. Dude, I was on a different account like just like a fun account that I try to make dumb videos on, and I commented on these guys called Kentucky Moonshiner. I love going down the rabbit hole of these people because to me they're just interesting, and it's like they'll get hate all the time too, and it's like I don't necessarily hate them, but like I don't know, I'm like neutral about them. Like I don't hate them, but you understand. Like I like them, but like I don't hate them. Like the stuff they post is just sometimes weird and just off-brand. And in one of the videos, he was duetting it to somebody, and he was singing like a love song to him. And I jokingly said, like I didn't mean it in a mean way. I just jokingly said, "What would your wife think of this?" Just like joking, because like a lot of the videos that he makes is like, "My wife is my one and only" kind of thing. So I'm just like jokingly like, "Oh, what would your wife think about this?" And like he responded, and he was like, "My wife sees everything I do." And then something else like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" And like I felt so bad because like I didn't mean that question in a rude way. Like I was just like trying to make it like a little funny joke. And like I don't see how these people can sit at home and like just be negative all the time and like comment on stuff. Like I felt bad about that, and that was like minor, you know. Like I really didn't even mean it, and I still felt bad about it when he responded, you know. Like that was just one example. He said not everyone needs a microphone, but it was like something informative, like in something like motivational almost. Shout out to Mallory for doing that. Here, let me see if I can. Oh, okay. So the one like what I was talking about as far as like clip farming and saying stuff on podcasts that would be like that people would be like, "Oh, he doesn't need a microphone." Was I was talking to Fluff about like like The Walking Dead, and if people had sex with the zombies. And like that's obviously something like that somebody would say, not everyone needs a microphone for. And somebody commented back with the freaking subreddit that has zombie effers, right? Maybe see if I can find another one. Okay, so this one I said, what do the Amish people do, soaking or whatever? And people said Mormons. But let me find a good one. Dude, for a while I would post, and like I would see the little little comment thing that comes up on your notifications. I'm like, I know it's gonna be a hate comment, bro. And like they all worse. Like now every time I look at one, they freaking get. I knew it is. Dude, so this one is about Sean Brooks. The first episode we did, he was talking about it takes a village to raise a kid. Like everybody has to be in on raising a kid. Like, just like stuff like that. And the dude commented, "Yeah, that was stupid as fudge." And I think the funniest thing to respond to these comments is, "Facts, bro. Thank you." Like I'll do that all the time, and then, like, cause I know like the majority of the reason that freaking commenting this stuff is because they're like, they want to get like a rise out of me, man. They want to get that response. It's like, "Shut the fudge up, I will kill you." But it's like, I just sit there and I'm like, what do you got? Like I somewhat care to an extent because I'm kind of ranting about it for a second, but it's like, why are you so negative? Like I'm just posting these clips that I think are funny to like promote my podcast to where, I can like, do what I love, and like these people are hating on it. But I don't know. I mean, like I said, I take it. I try to take it with a grain of salt because like I know majority of the times people are either just trying to get like a rise out of you to get like a reply, like a funny bad like all caps reply. Like some people are like really like they're just hateful, man. They just hate for no reason. And then like another reason is like people hate on you because they want to do the thing that you're doing. Like it's only like the majority of the time people that are below you hate on you. Like Theo Von would never comment that on one of my podcast clips because he knows that it's more than just, oh, you just sit on a mic and talk. Like same with like Alex Cooper, same with the people that started out strictly on a podcast and was able to make their brand, off of the podcasting and did that kind of stuff because this stuff is hard. Like, yeah, I like kind of joke about it and be like, oh, it's easy, just two people talking, but like it legit is hard, man. So I want you to think about that. Sorry that was a little bit of a long rant, but I just thought it was funny. Because I'll tell Mallory this stuff, and she'll get mad with the comments, bro. I'm not even going to lie. She wanted to. So apparently, okay, real quick, newsflash, back to the rant, back to the freaking comments. This one dude. So I in this clip, Jay from Travaris' friend, he said something. He said like, when everyone was in lockdown with COVID, we really found out like how many times we could waste, like how much time we could waste, because I had said something like start an OnlyFans during COVID. So he said that. I posted that clip, and then in the thing, I'll show it on here. I put on there, I said COVID is a scam because I truly think that COVID was a scam. I'm not going to dive into that, but I think it is a scam. And then this dude commented, Goofy Muff is ask everyone who lost. Okay. So some of these people that hate are also a little incompetent and dyslexic because they can't type and they can't put commas where they're supposed to go. They don't know proper pronunciation or whatever the frick it is. I'm probably one of those people because I can't do it. He is supposed to be Goofy Muff is comma. Ask everyone who lost someone to COVID to see if they let that slide. So like me, I'm like joking around with these dudes that freaking put negative comments because that's all I get. And I said, will do, little bro. So the floodgates were opened when I said the word lil bro, right? So I don't know if this is his friend or if this is Buddy, but somebody else commented, pull up then. He said pull up then on TikTok, on a TikTok response comment. He says pull up then. So I go to his page, okay? He's a disabled lifter, okay? Disabled lifter. And he wants to tell me to pull up. Okay. I'm not going to say anything else. So then the dude called me an off-brand Larry the Cable Guy. But it's like, and then he called me, and you're barely pushing 6 foot. But at the time, I was thinking like, oh, maybe he's talking about Jay. But it's like, bro, like, I just don't understand that these people hate. And I kind of feel bad for talking so much about this because it's probably annoying to hear this. But it's like, do you guys like run into that kind of stuff? Like with whatever you do, like if you ever start anything new, right? And you're like building the foundation to whatever you're doing, no matter what it can be like painting, poeting, playing a guitar. Like you'll get so much hate online for no reason. And it's just insane. Like for no reason, like these random people will just hate on you. And I don't know. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, my question still stands. Like, what kind of credibility do I have to have for these like celebrities to respond to me? You know, to where they think I am worth the time of day for them. You know, because I would love to have Joe Gatto on. I think that'd be a hilarious episode. But like, it's just, I don't know. Like those kind of like big time celebrities, and I get it. You know, they have a busy schedule. They don't want to take a chance on like a small podcast like that. But it's like, what tier do I have to get to where these people can take me more seriously, to where it's like not like a hobby? Because like it is a hobby right now, but like I want to make it more than a hobby. Like I want it to make like a career, you know? Like I don't want to be busting my butt at HVAC for the rest of my life. Like, I mean, I'll freaking do it, but like it's not going to be my dream. Like, and I only live once, you know? And that was another thing. Like I was starting to do HVAC and like I was doing it every day. So I was like, well, this is a stable job. And I started at somewhat of a good pay. I can only go up. Like you can do side jobs. You can start your own company and make a lot of money that way. It's like, as a possibility, it's probably easier than the podcasting maybe. But it's like, I started the podcasting stuff because I like doing it. I like interacting with people. I like making people laugh. Like I haven't done an episode in a while, but I had some stocked up. I did one with Sean Brooks, and I was making him laugh, and it was like, dude, why have I not been doing this whole time? Like, I think sometimes we just, like we start something we are truly passionate about, and life kind of just takes over for a little bit and gets in the way, and you kind of forget about like why you fell in love with that. You kind of like fell in love, like you forget why you fell in love with that passion, and like you don't do it for a while, and then you're sitting there like, oh, man, I don't want to restart this, man. I don't want to do this. Like I like haven't been doing it for a couple minutes, man. Like I just really don't want to do it. But then you do it, and it's like, dude, why have I been not doing this? You know? So, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. Like I'm not, like I don't want to rush things right now. Feels like I'm like talking to like an ex-girlfriend or something. Like I don't want to rush things with the podcast. Like I know it's going to take time. I've learned that now. Like for a while I was like, I'm not there. What am I going to do? But like it just takes time, and I truly like understand that now. But yeah, expect some more episodes. I'm going to really try and get some of the best people on that I can and make some of the best, interesting, funniest, informative, motivational episodes that I can. But yeah, shirts are still available. Thank you guys for listening to this episode. I appreciate you listening to a solo episode. I don't do these that often, and because I feel like people don't really watch the podcast for me. They kind of watch it for the guest. But then again, like it's my podcast, you know? So, yeah, I gotta take I gotta take the podcast as serious as these celebrities need to for the credibility and tier level to go up. I gotta treat this thing like it's something serious, not like, oh, these people aren't gonna like. I gotta take it serious as serious as these motherfuckers people that don't want to respond to my emails. Okay, and I think these are some of the best freaking emails I've ever curated in my entire freaking life. Like high school me would sit there and be like, what the fudge? This dude is Albert Einstein's little brother. Is how freaking smart and good these emails are. And I'm not even freaking using ChatGPT, man. Give a real brother out here some slack, dog. I haven't been in high school for a straight minute. Right? All right, but yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it a lot. And honestly am so appreciative of the continued support, even when the drought has been a little rough. Right? I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of water on you guys, a little bit of content. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. I appreciate everything you guys do. How have you guys been doing? I hope you guys have been doing well. So yeah, thank you guys for listening, for the support. I know I say thank you a lot, and I appreciate it a lot. I put it in every description. I appreciate everybody that listens, whether it's 5 people that listen in 12 hours or 1,000 people. I appreciate those 5 as much as I do those 1,000. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. Shirts are still available. Do not forget that. Just DM us on Instagram or email us for a shirt, and we'll definitely send you one out. Free shipping, or if you live close, we'll deliver it to you same day, dog. I'm talking about same freaking day. All right. But yeah, go enjoy yourselves. Have a fun, safe weekend, whenever you're doing it. Have a good night's sleep. Have a good day at work. Whatever you guys want to do, have a good workout. But yeah, stay consistent with everything you do, and just be 1% better every freaking day.
Got my soul in a choke, I feel like I can't breathe. Keep my foot on the gas, my life in full speed. Feel like I